So, do you have silent treatment, the silent treatment in your relationship? If you do, that's kind of what I want to talk about, so you might want to stick around and listen to it quickly. I won't take up too much of your time, but I wanted to talk about why the silent treatment is emotional abuse. And I first thought of this because my friend uh, was given the silent treatment by her husband for 3 weeks. 3 weeks of the silent treatment. He wouldn't talk to her. He wouldn't acknowledge her. Although he did expect her to cook supper and, wipe his ass probably, but that's a different story. Anyways, he's not a nice guy. He's a real jerk. And the silent treatment from him just makes sense. He's just a real whiny guy who thinks the world owes him, and he's and so doesn't, and he's so annoying, and he's so anyways, so basically, the silent treatment is when somebody just ignores you. They just won't talk to you. They feel like they're trying to punish you and reject you by not acknowledging you. For instance, maybe you hurt them in some way, or you hurt their ego, or their pride, or whatever, and they've decided that they're going to hurt you back, so they're not going to talk to you for a while. I mean, that's one reason that the silent treatment comes around. Another reason is that they just don't want to communicate. They just don't want to have to talk about whatever they're, uh, you know, not wanting to talk about. And in any case, the silent treatment is just a form of really, really bad communication skills. And it's abusive. It's abusive to the person who's receiving the silent treatment. It's emotional abuse. It's the intent is to cause pain, anger, hurt, and make you feel as if you're not as important as of a person as you think you are. They're trying to treat you like a lesser person, and it's abuse. It's a way of saying, you're not worthy, you're not worth it, you're not worth my attention. I don't have to talk to you because I'm better than you. And we all know that when you get the silent treatment, you start making up things in your head. You start coming up with your own stuff because your partner won't talk to you and express their feelings and their concerns. So what are you supposed to do, right? The only thing you can do is start making up stuff in your head, or just go on with your life and ignore it. But it's very, very hard to ignore the silent treatment from someone you love. So it it also causes you to feel like you have no influence in the relationship. Um, your partner's kind of the dominant one because they decide when you guys are going to talk again. They decide when you guys can communicate about something, and they decide when they're going to punish you for something that you did. And that's another form of abuse. It's like putting their foot on your head and holding you down until they decide they're ready to let go. Um, Also, really, it's physical abuse because uh, when you put that kind of stress on your body from from the silent treatment, it manifests into physical symptoms. You get a lump in your throat, you get tightness in the chest, or an upset stomach. The longer the stress goes on, the more physical symptoms you'll feel, and the more it'll affect your body as a whole. Your body can only take so much stress on it for so long, and I mean, as an example with the girl that I was talking about, 3 weeks is a lot of stress. Her blood pressure was high. She didn't look good. I can just imagine what was going on inside of her body. And if this occurs on an ongoing basis throughout the years, then you are being physically abused in a sense from the emotional abuse. So it's just abusive all around. The silent treatment isn't just some little thing. It's very, very abusive, and you need to end it if it's happening to you. So there's a few things you can do. You can just, give the person some time to cool off and then try to approach them again. Or you can go to a therapist and talk about better ways to communicate in your relationship and how the silent treatment is affecting you. Maybe get your partner to realize what it actually is doing to you. Maybe they don't realize. Although, in the case of the guy I was talking about, I'm pretty sure he realizes what effect he has on his partner. And thinking about it, really, everybody pretty much has a realization of what they're doing to their partner when they see them crying, begging, screaming. You know, it's not hard to notice unless you're so self-absorbed that you just don't see out of your own bubble. If you don't want to go to a therapist, you can look online. There's self-help books on how to communicate better and this kind of thing. But the thing to remember is that you can't change your partner, so there's no point in arguing with him or her over improving your communication skills if they don't want to listen to you, if they give you the silent treatment, right? The only thing you can do is work on yourself. And the interesting thing is that the more knowledge you gain and the more aware you are of what a healthy relationship is, the more you will implement healthy and happy moves into your relationship on your own, and it will in turn affect your partner in one way or the other. So either you will add, a better form of communication, even if they don't want to, and you won't stand for anything else, and they'll eventually have to change their way to that communication if they want to communicate with you on a level that you require, right? Um, your influence will normally produce change. And if it doesn't, then you may just decide that the relationship isn't worth it. If this person's not budging, not willing, the more you improve, the more you'll, come up above them anyways, and just have a better understanding of what a healthy, happy relationship really is. And hopefully strive to get that. So whether it's with them or without them, that remains to be seen, right? Also, you could just leave the relationship right now and just work on it yourself. If it's too stressful to try to improve yourself with your partner because they're always causing the stress and anxiety and negative feelings, then you may just want to remove yourself from the situation for a while. Figure out what you really want in a relationship and how to improve it. And then if they're willing to cooperate with you, give them another chance. If not, find someone who treats you better. The silent treatment is very, very abusive, and I just, I can't believe that anybody would ignore somebody for, you know, 5 hours, let alone 3 weeks. My husband was taught that you go to the garage and you work for a week, and when you get upset, you don't communicate your feelings. And his dad was very old school Italian, and I don't know. When I first met him, I wouldn't stand for that. I wouldn't let him ignore me. He tried to walk out of the room and ignore me, and I tell him, listen, you can't do that, or we're not going to be together, because I need to have that communication. I can't be stressed out about what you're feeling, thinking, doing, whatever. There needs to be that open line of communication. And I think if you say that to your partner, and you make it known that you're not bullshitting about it, then they're going to have to either incorporate a new way of relating to you or lose you. And that's really the bottom line. So, that's what I wanted to talk about. And if you are getting the silent treatment, I hope it helps you in some level. I hope you can realize that it's not right. It's not part of a healthy relationship, and you need to change before you get physically sick, because you're already being emotionally sick, emotionally abused. All right.